host, Bruce Outridge, and this is the show where we showcase ambitious youth and the community partners that work with them. And we are going into season 3, my friends, and I hope that you've been staying with us for all of the seasons up till now. But I thought for the first episode for this season that we would show you where we started and where we are going. So I started back when I was a young person. I wanted to be a cartoonist, and nobody said, here's where you go to be a cartoonist. They told me to go get a regular job, which meant driving a truck for 25 years. Since then, I'm doing this show. I have a couple podcasts, and I've got 5 books out. And I'm very passionate about showing young people there is a road to take if you want to take that road and you want to do the work. This show was specifically inspired by HIAC. HIAC is the Halton Industry Education Council. They have a men and women career coaches events each year, and I attended one of those as a speaker, and it's funny how we got started. Sitting next to me was the station manager for this, for Cogeco, which was Stuart Aker. We had a good chat. He thought I did a good presentation and said, would you like to start a show? And I was so impressed with the young people that were at the HIAC event that I said, let's do a show about young people, because I was very inspired with them. And David Vandenberg was one of those people that was not only hosting the HIAC event, but one that really inspired me. And David was my first guest on the show. Yeah. And saw me speak and said, it would be, you'd be good to have a television show. And I said, are you crazy? You know, with a face like this, like I'm certainly a man for radio. Anyway, we went and we met a couple days later, and your name came up a number of times. And so I was happy that you were able to be on the show and be part of it.
Delighted to be here.
And I just thought it'd be great. So what was your take of the HIAC event? Like, you've been involved with that for a couple of years, have you?
Oh, no, it was...
You may be wondering how we get guests for these shows. I know a lot of people. I have a lot of business colleagues. There's a lot of people I know in the community. So sometimes I can find guests, but sometimes they come through other people. And I will tell you, one of the guests that I had was on my very first show, even though they were on the last show of season 1. David Vandenberg was very good at hooking me up with former Mayor Rick Goldring and MPP, the Honorable Karina Gould. I got to say, friends, this was the show I was most nervous about. Not only was it my very first show for TV, but it was also the very first time I had been interviewing anybody in the political arena. And so I was very nervous about how this was going to go. And I think they were both very good at putting up with me and making sure that I calmed myself down. So let's take a look at that interview now and see how that went for our first season.
City staff, because it defines the role as to act as CEO. But there's another significant community role. And under the definition, it states that the mayor's role is to facilitate and support discussion around environmental issues, social issues, as well as economic issues. So it really...
In season 1, I had a number of people on the show. People who drove trucks in the transportation industry, people with autism, people in the arts, people who were working for places like Burlington Green. It didn't matter what genre or what industry they were in. They were welcome on the show if they were young people, and we had some amazing people on the show. I got to tell you, we were covering events for the autism community, and a lot of the people that we had were from events like HIAC, Halton. These places are where young people are doing business, they're looking for careers, and again, this is what this show is all about. So let's go and take a look at some of those first interviews we had with some of the young entrepreneurs.